Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 28 of the My Player series here on FIFA 19. You join me not in-game. Reason being, in the last episode we had a transfer offer come in for us. We are looking to move away from Grêmio. The offer was from Valencia in La Liga. And I asked you guys to vote on the previous video as to whether you thought I should take the offer or whether you thought we should wait for a future bid to come in. As it happens, the voting was pretty one-sided. Over 2/3 of you, just over 66%, saying that I should go to Valencia. Now, in the build-up, we had on one of my two saves, I have a normal save and a backup save. I've gone through that particular transfer negotiation by accepting it just to show you what the sort of side is that we'd be playing in. So we shall continue on from that save and then overwrite the other one as where we're still at Grêmio before taking the deal. So we are now a Valencia player. I shall update the thumbnail as per the next episode so as not to spoil the result of the vote with this one. Otherwise, it'd be kind of pointless me going through the whole rigmarole of being, oh, what was the vote? Because you'll have seen what the vote was by the thumbnail. So we are starting in our first game here for Valencia in a La Liga game against Lugo alongside, I believe, Patrick Roberts up top. We'll have a quick look at the squad report. I'll sort by positions so you guys can see who it is in the team. We have two goalkeepers, Jaume and Norberto Neto. Neto obviously being the number one goalkeeper with Christian Rivero as well. Right back wise, we have a youngster Arias, Daniel Amate, formerly of Leicester of course, Carlos Isaac, and Jesus Andradaldo. But one would presume that Daniel Amate is the starting right back. We have centre back wise quite a few. Diakabi, 80 rated 24-year-old. Then a young 21-year-old. Socrates, who's now 32. Federico Fazio is now 33. Javi Jimenez and Ayman Abdenor, who's still at the club, having signed for them a few years ago. They only have one left back though in Levan Kazawa, or one default left back. With regards to CDM, actually a number of central defensive midfielders as well. A young regen, then Francis Coquelin is still at the club, another regen. Racic, Euros Racic, 79 rated, looks pretty decent actually. And then a 32-year-old Javi Martinez back playing in Spain. Centre mid-wise, Jeffrey Kondogbia is by far the best central midfielder they have at the club. Pascu is here, and Daniel Vass is at Valencia now, 31 years of age. At wide, some regens include, and then to add to that, Christian Pulisic, 85 rated, and Ferran Torres as well, 20-year-old who's 80 rated, looks pretty decent. On the left, Gonçalo Guedes, looking very good, 87 rated, arguably might well be the highest rated player at the club. Alex Blanco, 68 rated, and then Cito, who's 66 rated. Kangan Lee and Fran Villalba are the two cams that they have at the club. There's Tyler Roberts up top. We do have a number of strikers here at the club. Tyler Roberts, 74 rated at 21 years of age. Doesn't look that good, to be fair. He's quick, but that's kind of all he has to his game. We have myself, 80 rated. Still low acceleration, but technically we're looking very good. And physically, we're getting there as well. We have Cornelius, used to play for Cardiff when they were in the Premier League the first time around. Rodrigo is hands down the best striker at the club, as you can see, 85 rated. He's got 6 goals so far this season in La Liga. Musa Barrow is also here, 74 rated 22-year-old. Quick, but again, not really much else. Former Sandrinho is a player that we were familiar with, actually played against in the Liga do Brasil, so they've signed 2 players from the Liga do Brasil in this window. And Kevin Gamero, was it this window? It must be. And then Kevin Gamero is also here, 33 years of age for him now. He's been looking like he's the starting striker alongside Rodrigo because they play a 4-4-2. But, in fact, missing from that list is Lukaku, who is in the starting lineup for this game against Lugo, which is odd. Why is Lukaku not in that list? He must be in on loan then, and he's for some reason not shown in the squad report, or it's bugged out or glitched somehow. Not really too sure why he's not listed there, but we're starting in a 4-4-2. It is going to be Lukaku on the left. Very heavily rotated side, as you can see. But hopefully, if we can impress on our first game here, we'll get ourselves into the starting lineup and the stronger lineup for subsequent games. We might have to fight for our place to start off with because Kevin Gamero and Rodrigo are both two very capable strikers. But it's nice to be, or it will be nice to be playing with a strike partner rather than up top on my own. Maybe that can help us get some more assists as well as goals. But we're playing in the rain in Spain. Let's see how we get on in our first game in Spain. Inside to Vicente, to Kondogbia again. Out wide here to Pedrosa. So far they've played a very Spanish style, Valencia. Very heavily possession based, that very nearly has led to us taking the lead. The post hit by Tyler Roberts. It bounces across the face of goal to Jordan Lukaku, who then hits the other post and it goes out for a goal kick. We've dominated the game so far. They were our first chances created, though. And Lugo have the worst defensive record in the league. Isn't going to be helped by just passing the ball straight to me in situations like that. And Tyler Roberts very nearly gives us an assist on our first game for Valencia. But yeah, as we were saying, they're the worst side in the league defensively. Conceded the most amount of goals, 39 in 17 games. So I'd like to think that they're there for the taking in this one. Kazawa will whip that in, and it might yet drop for Tyler Roberts. It won't yet drop for me at the back post either, unfortunately. But Lugo have been pinned in their own half, almost in their own area for the majority of the game so far. This is actually the furthest up the pitch they've gotten in the entirety of the opening half an hour. So in before they actually scored to go 1-0 up. I'm not sure whether this game is going to be an adequate reflection of how good this Valencia team is going to be because of the rotation nature of it. Only really got Jeffrey Kondogbia, potentially myself, and Levan Kazawa, you'd say, that were bona fide go-to first-team starters in this Valencia side. It is a heavily rotated team, obviously because they had the Copa del Rey game against Real Betis earlier on in the week. And there's the second leg coming up a week after this as well, which I presume other players are being rested for. But I'm getting myself involved defensively. Linked up with Tyler Roberts already, so creating some sort of partnership with our new strike partner, or one of our new strike partners. There's a number of strikers at the team. Kondogbia across there to Vicente. 36 minutes in, we've had some chances, but we're yet to find a goal. But one would like to think that one will arrive sooner rather than later. Cross blocks, that should be a corner and is given as such to come in from Jordan Lukaku again. This time headed my way. Oh, I can't quite get there with a header. Back out wide to Jordan Lukaku. Not sure who that is. Number 2, Levan Kazawa presumably. Unfortunately, at times in my player, the names above the players' heads disappears. I'll call for this on the edge of the box. I'll look to turn. Fire off a shot early. On target, but well held by the keeper. 67% possession. We haven't yet made it pay. 0-0 as we head towards half-time. Called for it. I'll switch it out wide. Drosa knocks that down. It's nicely played ahead of Tyler Roberts. Kondogbia and myself and someone else at the back post. Jordan Lukaku in the area, but the cross is blocked. Ah, here we go. Here's Gonzalo Guedes, the highest rated player at the club. 87 rated, the winger. Nice to see him enter the fray. Cross comes in here, it's blocked. We are going to have to rebuild again as they play the ball out. They've been decent, Lugo. Solid enough defensively, but we are definitely lacking the quality that we would get from the other players that would ordinarily be in the starting lineup. Lugo might be in here. Babian's touch is poor and Diakabi takes it away from him. Hopefully, the introduction of Guedes and maybe a couple of others at some point later on in this second half will lead to... Oh, I might as well chase after this. Will lead to some better play. Actually did enough to win the... here comes Rodrigo for Tyler Roberts. Right, now we get the opportunity with our highest potential rated strike partner. Don't forget the ball test. To maybe create some chances. Oh, Vicente with the effort. I did call for that, but he didn't give it to me. Right, Rodrigo on. Gonzalo Guedes on. Let's see if that makes any sort of difference. Oh, deflected the shot. Diakabi in the way. Corner for Lugo. I'm upfield. Not been brought back for defensive duties. Nunez, cross blocked by Lukaku. Tried to clear it, but couldn't get the ball away. Babian could punish us for that mistake. Dongu flicks it on. It's going to go wide. That was a very good opportunity. Jordan Lukaku going off and Christian Pulisic coming on. So 3 first-team players now heavily involved. And judging by the way that the team are lined up there, it looks like we've had a change in formation as well. I believe we're now playing 4-3-3, and I'm on the left-hand side of that 4-3-3. But I'm not entirely too sure. I can check in menu on now. Let's have a look, shall we? Player ratings. Yes, we switched to a 4-3-3. For some reason, Gonzalo Guedes is through the middle, with myself, a striker, and Rodrigo, a striker, out wide. And Pulisic involved in the midfield 3. Never mind. We'll see what we can do from left wing then. Obviously, the side has been messed around a bit for this game because of the fixture congestion. So this isn't going to be the best of debuts for us personally, nor as a team, but it's, as we've mentioned a couple of times, not an indication of what the first team is going to play like here at Valencia. In the slightest, I wouldn't have thought. Here is Rodrigo now. He's left-footed, so he could whip a ball in, but here's Christian Pulisic. He dinks the ball in. That won't quite drop for me or the other man in there, but we'll keep the pressure on. They're making their final change. Arias to take the throw. Back to Pulisic. Into Vicente. Could come this way. Pulisic, I'll call for it. Can he squeeze it through the gap to me? He can't. He's just going to keep running out wide. Here's Kazawa to Pulisic again. Ball into the middle is on. I'm there with a header. Or was that the defender? It was the defender. 6 minutes to go. I've called for it from the corner. Not sure whether it will head my way. It hasn't quite. Rodrigo could be underneath it though. I think I challenged for that, and it will be another corner. Time ticking down. I'll call for it again, and then as the ball comes in, I'll dart towards the near post, but it's going to come Rodrigo's way. That'll be a teammate that will get to that. I'll call for it in the middle. He'll turn and give it to me. Oh, just had to lay that off to a teammate before I got closed down. Win that, Rodrigo. He's missed out on the header, but we will keep possession. Driving out wide. And coming back centrally. Call for it here. I'm not going to get it. Teammates don't seem to trust me yet. I called for it from the first guy. He didn't play it. The second guy tried to force it to me, and that just didn't work. I need to earn my trust, or earn the trust of my teammates at my new team. I can't just rock up and be like, hey, I was top goal scorer in the Liga do Brazil. You need to give me respect. Yes, I've got that personal accolade, but at this level, it's certainly going to be much more difficult. So I'm going to need to earn my keep. A 0-0 draw against Lugo isn't necessarily what we would have wanted at the beginning of our time here at Valencia, but it wasn't a fair reflection of what the side is capable of, nor the side that we'd even be starting in. So the game midweek against Real Betis in the Cup is next. Whether we'll be selected for that or not, I am at this stage unsure. We don't know what our first team situation is going to be like here at Valencia. I'd like to think we'll be starting fairly regularly. I do need to start training again. We will do that momentarily after we've played this game against Betis, which we are selected for, and a much stronger side this time around. Look at that. That's all. Well, it is unrecognisable for the team that played the last game. We'll play in that kit because why not? Myself alongside Rodrigo, Guedes, Kondopia, Coquelin, Pulisic, Amate, Diakabi, Socrates, Kazawa, Neto. That's completely different from the first side. Let's go in then. We're 1-0 down from the first leg before we arrived. So what a way to welcome yourself to a new club by turning that result around if we possibly can. We'll try our best. Wide there to Pulisic. Heavy touch, but we'll keep possession. Coquelin, that's poor from him.
Very defensive, but there's flexibility, isn't there, in the side?
Yeah, and I think with his shape,
here's Lestien, quite pacey Belgian winger. Played in again, early cross. Socrates picks it off. Diakabi perhaps pushing his luck by taking a touch there. Kazawa calmly out from the back then. It's okay. Kondogbia forward to me. Get that out there across to Levan Kazawa, who's going to work it back to me, and we'll give it out wide there to Gonzalo Guedes. Now the teammates are starting to trust me with the ball, but unfortunately I've lost possession there. Amate does well. I'll call for it. He will give it to me, and we'll get it out wide looking for Guedes. This was Pulisic on that right-hand side. Amate to Rodrigo. This is instantaneously so much better football. Rodrigo tried to squeeze it through, but couldn't, but he did brilliantly to work the opportunity in the first place. I'm already much more positive about this Valencia side, even after 13 minutes here against Betis, and I was an entire 90 against Lugo. Pulisic with a throw. Gets it in there to Rodrigo. Dinks it into Kondogbia, brings it down well. Guedes around the corner there to Kazawa. I've made the run. He'll play me in. Oh, lunged at me there. Across the ball in though. Rodrigo was there, but Not able to get on the end of it. Oh, I could have intercepted that as well. Been so much better in this game, Valencia. We just haven't quite been able to create the clear-cut opportunity we need yet to get the goal. But clearly, everybody's trusting me with possession a lot more readily than they were in the last game. A lot of the times I haven't even had to call for the pass, it just has arrived at my feet. This is great football. Will it lead to anything? Rodrigo with the delivery, I tried to get there but couldn't beat the man to it. Half an hour in, still 0-0 here, but working the ball about nicely, and a goal certainly is on its way sooner rather than later. Kondogbia into me, I'll look to bend it. Oh, a goal was very nearly on its way right there and then. That wasn't far away at all from my first goal here in Spain. Taking the ball away from the defender there. Call for the ball from Gonzalo Guedes, and he's played me in. Cross the ball in. Guedes! Oh, good save by Paul Lopez. Turning creator on this occasion rather than the man trying to score the goal. Win that. Jeffrey's done well. He's such a good player, Jeffrey Kondogbia. Diakabi across there to Guedes. Coquelin, Guedes. Kazawa. This Valencia side is really starting to strut its stuff now. Shot was blocked. I'm going to get this out to Pulisic, who's in a bit of space. He could have shot. He's tried to work it back to me. Kondogbia has the effort, but it's well over the top of the bar. We're pushing and pushing and pushing for this goal. It has to come soon. Farfan to cross maybe. Blocked. Cross again. And headed away. Win that. Oh, Rodrigo's done brilliantly to do exactly that. I've got support arriving. I'll switch this out looking for Pulisic. We found him well. Apparently that was only my 20th long pass of my career. Hope that they're looking for Rodrigo. He could return it to me, and he has done. Oh, but the finish isn't good enough. The finish isn't good enough. Coquelin goes off, and Javi Martinez comes on. Corner to come in here. I'm at the near post. It's over me. Javi Martinez is up, wins the header. Would have been one hell of an introduction if he'd had just arrived and scored the goal to make the breakthrough. 15 minutes to go. Still looking for that goal. That last chance for me was certainly the best that we've had yet in a Valencia shirt. It might well be the best we might get between now and the end of the game, but we live in hope. Valencia. Kondogbia. Oh, strike! With just 10 minutes to go, he blazed one well over the bar earlier on in the day. But what a hit from Jeffrey Kondogbia. I was about to have a go at him for not playing it on to the man that was further out wide in Gonzalo Guedes. But what a hit. GG. 1-1. We might not be done in 90 minutes. Canales. Lauren. Runners around him. All the effort comes in, well held by Neto. That certainly would have been game over if that had gone in. As it happens, it looks like we're going to extra time, unless I can flip this on to Rodrigo and we can score a last-minute goal, which evidently is not going to happen. It will be extra time here against Real Betis. Or does it go straight to pens? I don't know anything about the Copa del Rey. I presume it's extra time. Indeed it is. Another 30. Canales. Forward there into Dendonco. Spun well. Leander Dendonca of all people to maybe put Betis in front. No. Good save down low by Neto. Of all the people in their team to give them a goal to go ahead on aggregate. Certainly would have said it was going to be Leander Dendonca. Oh, now they've hit the post and the defender gets to that and gets it away. We are playing with fire here. Rodrigo going off and Cornelius, I think that was coming on. Ball lofted in and good save by Neto again. I must say I'm frustrated to see Rodrigo leave the field of play. It's been very good for us so far. I'm not going to get to that. There's no point wasting stamina chasing after it. We are 15 minutes away from penalties. Renato forward there to Dendonca. They've thrown Leander Dendonca forward as a striker now, it seems. Latter stages here. Lestien inside to Renato. Through looking for Sergio Canales. We will get it away. It's in fact a very good breakaway this. I'll call for the through ball. Oh, and he can't squeeze it to me. That would have been so good. Jordan Lukaku played in behind though. I'm going to get myself in the box for a cross. Would have landed at my feet had the defender not been in the way. 7 minutes. 6 minutes between us and a penalty shootout. It took us a little while to settle at Grêmio, and I think it might look like it's going to take us a while to do the same here at Valencia. just figure out how they play, where best to position myself at any given moment. But the potential with this Valencia team is very high. Just need to get them firing on all cylinders on a frequent basis. And we should be able to have a very successful spell here in Spain. Get it around the corner there to Cornelius. He's gone back there. Javi Martinez over the top, looking for the man out wide. Nods it inside well. Oh, but Sydney beats me in the air. Might be it. That's probably going to be pens now. I don't know whether I'll take a penalty here at Valencia. I don't know whether my penalty rating is high enough for to warrant me being in the top 5. Unless, no, it is going to be pens. I'm not taking the first at the very least. Well, I don't know actually. This is them. Ha! Gummy. Gummy steps up. Saved by Neto. Our joint second highest rated player, Neto, at 85. It's going to be the substitutes to take the pens first. Cornelius steps up. And the striker buries it. We're ahead after 1 pen each. Sergio Canales backing up to take his penalty. Neto could save us again. Oh, he doesn't need to. Sergio, what an awful penalty. Jordan Lukaku to step up now. The left footer goes the same way as his teammate with the same result. Jene to step up. If they miss this, then all we're going to need to do with our third pen is score. And we've won 3-0 on pens, but he's put it away very nicely indeed. Up next, Javi Martinez. It's rather annoying that it puts the substitutes in first to take the pens rather than the normal order. But regardless, here comes Lauren for Betis. He has to score, otherwise they're out. And he's done exactly that. Now, am I going to get to take the deciding penalty? Yes, or potentially deciding penalty. Yes, I am. Let's go left. Welcome to Valencia! Now, should I change my... I might change my boots. I'm not going to change my celebration, but I might change my boots now that we're at a new club. Welcome to your new club, Tez. We had plenty of chances in that game, and perhaps should have given us a 1-0 lead earlier in the game. Aggregate lead earlier in the game. I wasn't able to do it, but I did tuck away the most important kick of the game, the final penalty. So through to the next round we go. Into the round of, well, the quarterfinals. I was going to say the round of 8. It's the quarterfinals in the Copa del Rey now. We'll advance as far as the next game. I don't think we'll play that today. We'll have just the 2 today, considering that one went to extra time and it's our first episode here at Valencia. But tomorrow we will take on Girona and then Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, followed by Betis again in the league. Ooh, Barca in tomorrow's video. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. Really hoping for a solid spell here at Valencia. I'll see you next time.